About the reading part of the TOEFL test, which is really important. Actually, when I first started studying for the test, the reading part was the part that I got the lowest scores on TPO. So I remember my first score, I got like 19 out of 30, and so it was pretty bad actually, and I didn't know what to do and how to really approach. So it was like a month ago or so when I got 19, and I only got 3 weeks to study. So what I did was, I was feeling pretty much confident with my reading skills, with my comprehension ability, because whatever the things that I was reading on news or on some of the apps or like whatever on internet or anything, in written format in English, I was able to understand. I didn't have any problem. But then I realized that I started asking myself a series of questions like, why do I get always the lowest scores on like among other sections in TOEFL tests? So I realized that there are like a lot of strategies actually that can be applied on reading part. So I happened to come across with the YouTube channel called Toefl.com. I believe they have a really good content there. So I checked it out, and actually there are really a lot of videos for the reading part. So what I did was I first realized that there are like a lot of question types in the reading part. So for example, vocab or paraphrase or what was that again?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I'm not quite sure about the rest. It's not really coming up now, but there are a lot actually. Maybe 5 or 6 more. For example, the summary questions, like right at the end, you're gonna have one. So like, I mastered all of those question types. I first understood like what they are, like which question is actually for what. I mean, I really focused on like when I first saw the question on the test, I told myself that okay, I should be able to determine what type of question it is. So I worked on it. I worked on specifically what are the question types and how I can determine them. So yeah, I worked on that a little bit. I think for a week I only focused on the reading part. After mastering those question types that I got most of the information from, by the way, from Toefl.com, directly went for the TPOs. I sold as many practice tests as possible and see if I could get any progress. But I was always, I remember for one time, I posted like something on the Facebook group of TOEFL IBT. I told them like my score was fluctuating actually between 19 to 24. It was the most I got, it was like 24. Like, so suspicious because I was doing everything like in a proper way, but my score seemed to be still the same. So I solved so many practice tests and just see what type of questions I did the most mistakes. So then I focused on that. For me, apparently, it was the summary questions, which was like worth for 2 points. So it is really important. It was crucial for me to like really work on that a specific question to shoot up my score, because like two points it can affect your score in a major way when you consider the fact that you're gonna be having 3 different summary questions, maybe even 4 if you're gonna have the experiment test. So again, you can check out Toefl.com and also like whenever, like I think for 3 weeks I used an app called Science News on I think you can find an app store. So I'll most probably put the link down below on the comment section on my video, so then you can directly go to the website. So Science News, just to get various types of information related with different fields, because on Science News I think you can find articles with history, with art, with like developments on technology, and space exploration. So basically you can find different fields, different information. So it's really valuable because that's what you're going to have on TOEFL reading part. Really a different range of articles popping up on your screen. Maybe 3 passages, maybe 4. Again, depends in which section you're going to have the experiment tab. Yeah, I think Science News, Noteful.com's videos are going to help you out. But for the vocab part, you can go ahead and check out my other video related with memorize 400 TOEFL words. And also, I've started to cover up some of the words, actually all of the words on memorize.com. Like there are like 400 TOEFL words. I believe it's from Barron's TOEFL book. So I've completed already all of the 400 words even before I took the test. So now I'm shooting videos related with that. You can check them out. Make sure that you also download Megoosh TOEFL words. It was something like that. You can also find it on App Store. I believe it's also available on Android. So I completed TOEFL 400 words and Megoosh TOEFL words for the vocab part, because it's really vital. The more you know about vocab, the better you're going to understand the passage. So it means that you're going to give a correct answer to some of the questions you're going to be facing with during the exam. But again, I totally want to motivate you on one point, and that is in the reading part. Actually, all of those answers are written on the passage. You look at the passage and the answers is just there. But TOEFL, the ETS, I believe they have, some kind of strategy or way of creating those or making those. During the answer, if you check out the answer, you'll see that the words are in the passage. So read the answers after you read the question. Most probably you're gonna get tricked by that. So what I recommend you is that first read the question, skim through the paragraph, okay? Skim through the paragraph in order to identify the highlighted, not highlighted, but important words on that question. Example, in the question, I'm just making up carving on the stone like before 19th century. So what would be the words that we need to specify? Like carved stones before 19th century, right? So skim through the paragraph and see if you can find, just spot that specific word, just find it on the paragraph and just read that sentence, because that sentence is the answer. Just change the words. They basically change the words, or maybe the order of the sentence, and they just write the same thing down. So I don't really understand the sense that why we are not still able to get 30 out of 30 in the reading part. It's that simple, if you think all of the questions, exact vocabulary part, because it's sometimes hard to guess, but if you know the meaning of the vocab, you can directly spot the answer. But other than the vocab part, the rest of the questions are actually pretty much in the paragraph. The answers are in the paragraph. But still we're struggling to get 30 out of 30. Some people are trying to even aim 23, 24. We don't need that. Just aim to get 30 out of 30 in the reading part. Because why not? If you think you're doing good with the time, if you think you have practiced enough, if you think you have a good level in English, then I'm telling you right away, right now, is that you can definitely get 30 out of 30 because all the answers are written in the passage. You're not guessing. You don't have to know it. It's just you read. You say, okay, it's obviously there, but they just change it, So it's just a bit challenging. That's all. But just people, they always want to exaggerate. Oh, how difficult it was, how challenging it was. It was so tiring, bothersome. It took like 4.5 hours. Just get over to that, It is what it is. 4.5 hours, sit there, reading passage. Don't even care how much how much of a time you're gonna be spending there to read those passages. Don't think about the atmosphere that you're gonna be taking the test. Just answer the questions. They're extremely simple. If you know, if you finished 400 words TOEFL, Megush, TOEFL words, go ahead, check out Noteful videos, and go ahead and practice on TPOs, and that's it. You're absolutely ready for the reading part. You don't have to do something extra. I'm telling you, I got 19 like a month ago. Okay, I got 19. You can see on like on TOEFL IBT Facebook group, I posted that my score was fluctuating between 19, even it was maybe 18 to 24. So I got what, 28? So how did I do that? I basically finished 400 words, Megush, TPOs, and Notefuls, some strategies, you know, of course. But all you need to basically do that, except the vocab part and the summary part. The rest of the, imagine the rest of the questions, you know. Why does the author mention this type of question? Paraphrase question. Or the questions that, that directly says why, or that they start with WH questions, right? So all you need to do is just spot the important words in the questions, skim through the passage, find the word in the passage, read the sentence, understand it. If you don't understand, then read one more sentence. But I guarantee you, like maybe 60 or the 70% of the answers are in the first sentence that you spot the word of. But then if it's not there, read one more, and it's most probably going to be in that sentence. So again, don't really get frustrated, guys. I know some of you need to get some specific scores, but again, I didn't have to. I took the exam because I needed to, but I wasn't aiming to get 110. But I did it. How? I always, like put like an aim that was like 100 plus. Although I didn't even need that. But by doing that every day, I was putting some energy in it, and then at the end I got this result. But if you're aiming for like 90, and every day if you're telling yourself, okay, I need to get 90, and I need to get, what should I get from reading to get 90? If you do that, then you know basically you're determining your score even before taking the test. And what, you're gonna get 20? If it's what you want, then go ahead. But if you're aiming for higher scores, aim for high as well. See why you make the mistake. Okay, focus on what type of question types you make most of the mistakes of. It's fairly simple. I told you, I prepared for 3 weeks only. And I had a background for English like two years. But yeah, I did it. It means that you can do it as well. Most of you who are watching this video now are aware that they have more or less the same proficiency level in English as I have now. So I got the results, so why not? You can as well. Yeah. So I believe that's it for today's video. I wanted to cover the reading section of TOEFL test. Maybe if it's going to be needed, I'll shoot some extra videos just for the reading part as well. But I want to move on to other parts like listening, speaking, and writing, so that you guys could have the whole idea about how it is in the exam and what I did. So the bottom line is, I'll be putting the links down below on the comment section. Just click on them. Follow my videos, okay? I'm not doing it just for doing it. I'm doing it so that you guys could get some benefit out of it, of course. So I checked out on YouTube as well, like before I took the test, but didn't really find good content. At least somebody talking really in a passionate way, also to motivate me, because all of the people are like, oh, you can't get this, it's hard, it's difficult. They always give the negative energy, but we don't need it. We just don't need that. In this channel, it's not needed. It's for focusing on what's good, okay? So I hope you guys can achieve your dream score in the TOEFL test. Make sure you subscribe my channel and give it a thumbs up. And if you need some extra information, just signify it in the comment section, and I'll be answering them as long as I have some free time. So that's it for today's video, and I hope you guys love it, and that's it for today. Bye.